Hello and welcome to a new session on the topic Archimate for Architecture Modeling in alignment with TOGAF Architecture Development Method ADM. We have downloaded the tool Archi, the open source tool for the architecture modeling, and is implementation of the Archimate specification. Today we cover the topic Canvas. I'll go over to Views, New, and then I'll start with a blank canvas. And in this blank canvas, I will start with lanes. I have first lane. This is the lane for the customer. A second lane. And this is the lane for the employee. I can go on and on and on. I can even add images and samples to make it even more sketchy. I can add more stickers. So I will stick with the yellow stickers for the customer. I say here customer journey. And I will add the blue ones for the employee journey. And then I can fill the blanks. So for the customer, the first thing he needs to register, and then he can browse catalog, assuming we are talking about an online retail store. And then he does checkout. We can resize the stickers to be bigger, depends on the audience and how we would like to present our ideas. For the sake of explaining the canvas feature, I'll stick with the simple annotations and simple stickers. The employee, then he has a journey, then employee onboarding. He is onboarded, he has an account. So we make it bigger. And then he can manage products in the catalog, manage catalog. And afterwards, he can process order after the checkout. We can then fill the gaps with arrows. So this is a simple connection. This is here another simple connection but dashed, dotted, and just a straight line. They are all simple connections, and it depends on the design you want to achieve. If it is dotted, dashed, or solid lines, it's up to you. The specifications on Canvas are not very concrete, are not very clear, and I would say even it is not part of the standard specification, the Canvas feature. The parts that we have explained in previous sessions according to the ADM method of TOGAF and their alignment with the Archimate specification, they don't really extend to the area of Canvas, but I find it personally a very solid tool and a very useful tool for presenting ideas and business models and user journeys to non-technical audience. Man cannot really go without such a simple tool that is quite handy. So the registration process follows then browse catalog, and then the browse catalog to the checkout, and the checkout then process order. And then we can signify some dependency between manage catalog and browse catalog. So the catalog is filled through the employee who has managed it. And likewise, employee onboarding follows with manage catalog and then processing order. So this is a very simple, very intuitive user journey map. I have shown you now how this can be done using very simple annotations, a very simple palette using the Archi open source tool. So this was the first section of today's session. In this next part, we introduce the templates so we can get some inspiration what is also possible to be designed, modeled using the Archi open source tool. I'll go over to views and new and then canvas from template. Over here you can see there are a few ready templates for you to use. The Archimate scheme, the business canvas, the customer journey canvas, the SWOT analysis canvas, quite often used in business modeling, business architecture, or just brainstorming. Moreover, you can open an existing template, or you can add a template, you can add categories to templates, you can design your own template, export it, and then import it. So everything is quite possible using the Archi open source tool. I'll start now to show the user journey canvas template so that we can get some inspiration how we can even make our own canvas slightly better. I'll go over, make it fit on page. You can see here quite a very sketchy skeleton. You can see you can here pre-service period, service period, post-service period. You have here some fields. You can even add a field and fill it with content. Actually, if you think about it, this field is more of this tool, the white background sticker. So you can even play around with the sample palette to give illusion or to give the same impression of using a more sophisticated tool. Then you can see more of stickers, different colors to indicate different phases of the service process. You can even see how images are being utilized to give some of the enhancements to the experience of using this canvas. You can see arrows, and you can see this is also an image, and the different dotted arrows and so on are being used to indicate the flow. You can even see here that they have been using hearts for rating, again an image. So you can be very creative with the palette set that you design. You can fill it, you can have the template, use it for brainstorming, use it for business architecture modeling, business process modeling, organization maps, however you see it fit. And I would add to this that the canvas feature is quite appealing, interpretable, understandable by the non-technical audience. On the other hand, it quite aligns well with the TOGAF business architecture phase. You will find it very handy. I hope I have brought you closer to this feature in this session, and see you in future sessions. Thank you.